TBT Naruto.
This is EA Sports, PGA Tour coverage coming your way. Set in the Sonoran Desert and surrounded by the majestic McDowell Mountains, we're at the stadium course at TPC Scottsdale in Arizona. Hello again and welcome. Rich Loader alongside Frank Nobilo, set to bring you all the action for today's event. Frank, when you think about the TPC Scottsdale, what's the first thing that comes to your mind?
The golf course has been radically changed in 2014, but it still hasn't lost its luster. Really, it's just been updated like the game itself for these young, strong players of the modern era.
And now we go down to the action at the first. Starting to round the turn now. 72 holes, it's a lot of golf. Third round about to get underway.
Yeah, played well through the first 2 days. Very much in contention. But it's still a new day. Oh, it's fine. Oh, they've had some meat behind it.
Second shot. Good look at the green.
This looks like it's going to find the target.
On the green, and a chance for birdie here on the first hole. Frankie took plenty of time on this birdie putt. He looked at it from 3 different angles. He forgot one very important ingredient.
Yeah, pace. You can definitely fall in love with the line, even with approach shots as well, but obviously we see it more on putting.
Good work right there. He'll settle for par. Teed up here at the par 4 second. Frank, what do players need to look out for off the tee?
This hole has been lengthened in 2000 and it's gone for a little extra.
Looks to be putting everything into this. Just
That's the Human Torch. Superhero. 2004. Marvel. We're going to be lost since Captain Marvel. She fans on too with the power of the cosmos.
Ways. That's nice to roll in a 25-footer now and then. Those feel good. But still, there's nothing like hitting that perfect tee ball. Long and straight.
Yeah, you can puff out your chest, last to play, the advantage, holes shorter. Basically, the list goes on.
What a display of shot making this has been, Frank.
That incredible approach shot there. The easiest of birdies coming up.
Birdie try again here today. Had a nice birdie on this hole yesterday. That's the idea. Just knock it in. Now the third hole, it's a par 5, and how does this one set up, Frank?
It's a nice yardage around that 550, 560 yard mark. So a good drive, you can certainly reach the par 5 and 2. Got to flash across a little bit of the distance. This green has been completely changed in 2014. And
golf ball
bunker to that right side.
Torch.
Used to be 2.
Shout out to Human Torch from my girl. It's Captain Marvel. She flames on also with the power of the cosmos.
Outstanding tee shot.
Yeah, ball sitting up. You don't have to worry about the wind or anything there. You just take a full-blooded cut at the second shot from here.
Appears to be a smart shot, Frank.
Yeah, no problem here. That's going to fly all the way.
And a chance for eagle after that perfectly played shot. Locked in on the read and the speed. So, Frank, what do you think of the start so far?
Rock solid. I'm very impressed.
Here now at the par 3 fourth. Frank, what's the setup here?
Plays a little downhill, so it won't play its full 180 yards. You can perhaps take one club off the decision off the tee. The green, as you can see now, is a little wider than what it was deep. The bunkering, though, is certainly excellent there. A little hot bunker on the right side, one there if you come up a little short, and there's another one on the left side should you pull your tee shot.
Mark a birdie on the card. Well, Frank, now at the fifth hole, the par 4, the challenge stiffens just a bit.
Yeah, the longest par 4, obviously in the start of this golf course, around the 470-yard mark. 2 bunkers down the right have been changed to 1, but it's in the perfect position now. Of course, that new tee added to add a little bit of length to this hole. The green still remains relatively similar to what it used to be.
Paying attention like a little kid at school, Frank. That baby's sitting up.
Sitting up. It's got the best view as well. You don't even need binoculars from where that ball is.
Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
Seems to like it. Headed for the fat part of the green. Good chance now for a birdie. That was an outstanding play.
Well, it's almost a guarantee there after that shot.
Made a par in his previous round. This time, it's for birdie. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. Now to the par 4 sixth. Decision time, Frank. Driver, or do you go with 3-wood?
A lot of that's going to depend on if there's any breeze. If the breeze is at your back, you can drive it all the way down the right side and take those 2 bunkers down the right completely out of play. This hole's been stiffened up, though. The length hasn't increased, but that bunkering in that choke point. So, the strategy. Do you have the length to get past them? Or, if you have to lay up, it's going to leave a much longer second shot.
Frank, this is a way to make golf easy when you can hit it that deep.
Oh, I'm going to say, I know that first number's a 3. I'm guessing the second one's a 2. Let's call it 320.
No problems there. Really good approach shot. And now, good look at birdie. Frank going for another birdie here.
Just to get on a real roll.
Well, that's how you keep a round going. Make putts just like that. Now to the second par 3 on the front 9. This is the 7th hole.
Yeah, quite a stiff par 3 because of the narrowness in the front. Really favoring a higher shot that's going to land softly, and therefore you can open up that green, because the further back you go, the wider it gets.
Well, he gave us a demonstration today why he's one of the best in the sport. Every green hit in regulation. Nudge this one home, finish it up. continues to amaze. Yet another birdie, and what a day it's been. Frank, the par 4 8th, this is a good hole.
It is. A dogleg to the left forces the player to go out the right, and this will play every inch of its yardage, which is over 470 yards. Green's still pretty much the same with that false front, unless there's a flag position in the front. You're really going to have to fly at least 20 yards or so into that green, otherwise that ball is going to run towards the front.
Well, that's the way you draw it up here at the 8th. You want to get it out there. He's done that, and he's kept it in the fairway. Frank, this is an important approach shot because our featured player was really good early, a little bit shaky of late. This is a point in time where you need to get it back.
Yeah, you almost need to stop, just stand still for a second, almost just flush it out, because at the moment you're starting to look right and left at the trouble. Let's get back to what worked. Let's start looking where we want the ball to go, where the flag is, and start going there.
Wow, Frank, he is dialed in.
Yeah, that was just some shot on that. Easy birdie.
Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus. That has to feel good. That's a birdie. Finishing out the front side now at the 9th. And Frank, what do you think of this par 4?
Nice way to finish the front 9, Rich. Very thin green, protected by that little splash bunker in the front. Iron players get a real advantage here. One bunker down the
Take a
right
picture of me.
We're off the
Come
tee,
on
but
now.
I doubt anybody could carry that.
Lay on. Golf ball. Shout out to Human Torch. I'm going to be lost since Captain Marvel. She flames on too. The power of the cosmos.
That is massive off the tee.
Meters, yards, I don't care how you measure that. That's got to be what? 300 meters, 325 yards, something like that.
Well, this one should be safely on deck here. Oh, can't hide the flagstick from that man. Birdie here yesterday. This putt again for birdie. That's how you keep a round going. Make them from that distance. Getting set to start the back 9 here at TPC Scottsdale. We're on the tee at number 10.
A dogleg right par 4, and if you teed off the first, this is going to be the first true dogleg right that you'll face. A little bunker put down the left side. Ideally, you're going to have to play left and short of that, which is going to leave you something in the vicinity of 150 yards to a green that should be very receptive.
Frank, right where you want to be.
Well, wouldn't be better if it was on a tee.
Chance to set himself up for a good scoring opportunity with his second shot here. Really in control of this hole. Birdie yesterday and another opportunity on the way. This is an 11-foot putt. Don't leave it short. Wow. This putt for par. So has the par. Moving on to the next hole, and the lead, Frank, is very much intact. Now at the par 4 11th, Frank, I really like this hole.
Well, you might be the only one, Rich, because this is an absolute scorecard wrecker. Water all the way down the left side. There's 2 bunkers. Don't worry about that. They're not off the tee. They're around the green. They protect the left front and the back. If you think you can bail out down the right side, well, you could find cactus and all sorts of crazy things down the right. And believe me, go down there, more than anything, they'll wreck your scorecard as well.
Chance to get it close here. Frank, this is just a pleasure to watch. A player hitting on all cylinders at the top of his game.
Notice it's just flowing too. There's not a lot of deep analysis going through his mind. Just one step in front of the other. If your swing's there, you don't have to find it. If your putting stroke's there, you don't have to find it. Just let it happen.
These putts keep the round together. Frank, this is a player in full flight right now.
It looks too easy right now.
Par 312 may not be as famous as the par 3 16th, but Frank, you think this may be a tougher and even better hole?
We see more bogeys and double bogeys here on 12 than 16 will ever see, and courtesy of the water behind and to the right of this green. If you're going to bail out, find one of those bunkers. A good bunker player obviously can get it up and down, but it's still no snack trying to record your par 3 at 12.
He really likes this hole. Made birdie yesterday. Can he do it again today? Just didn't read that one quite right. And getting ready for the putt. In for par. Par 5 13th, chance for birdie or maybe even eagle if you're bold and brave enough, but also, Frank, chance for disaster here?
Well, there is. Water very much in play down the right side. There's a bunker down the left too. If you finish up in that, there's no way you're going for this par 5 and 2. Then it becomes a little bit of a zigzag mission. The second shot either has to be hit down the right side, just skirting that bunker in the front, or it has to be all carry.
Good tee shot right in the fairway and plenty long. And from the fairway for his second shot here. Here we go. You can't hide the flagstick from that man.
He is just unbelievable, that never deviated off line.
10-foot putt left.
Just making a mockery of the field now. Another eagle.
Par 4 14th, Frank, it seems as though you'd be pretty happy with a par here.
You would, even though the putting surfaces here at TPC Scottsdale are excellent. It's going to take 2 good shots to reach this 14th hole. You can get in a little bit of trouble off the tee. That bunker on the left very much in play. The rough on the right side.
Come on now. Lame on. Golf ball. Shout out to Human Torch. Shout out to Human Torch and my girl B. Lawson's got them over. She flames on also with the power of the cosmos.
There's always advantage of hitting it further than most, Rich, and straighter than most. When you put the two together, it's just straight up a head start.
It should be pretty good right there. On the safe side. Midway through this back nine, could use this birdie here at the 14th. Shouldn't be a problem here. Good putt. Great scoring opportunity here at the par 5 15th, but Frank, I'm wondering, as a player, is your mind beginning to think about?
Oh, he's winding this one up. Does he have the power, though?
I do have the power,
Bring
though.
up here.
Flame on! Shout out to Human Torch, my girl B. Lawson's got them over. She flames on too with the power of the cosmos.
Oh my goodness, he pumped it, he thumped it, he jumped it. What a drive. This could be a huge momentum swing here, Frank.
Yeah, one more good swing, and he's going to have an eagle putt coming up. I know you don't want to get ahead of yourself, but it is well on the cards.
Appears to be a smart shot, Frank.
Yeah, no problem here. That's going to fly all the way.
This hole really sets up well for the player. Birdie yesterday, and a chance for another one today. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. Frank, the one moment that sort of made the 16th hole what it is today would have to be Tiger's ace in 1997 here at the TPC Scottsdale when it was raining plastic cups.
It was also his reaction too, and that ushered in the Tiger Woods era that we became associated with, which is the fist pumping, the rowdy spectators. I mean, he was one of the few players that bridged the gap between spectator and golf course. And it still goes on till today. And I think Rory McIlroy probably is the only other player that starts to broach that type of inside and outside atmosphere with golf.
Still to this day, it's the loudest single moment that I can ever remember hearing on a golf course. So they'll tap in. Never a bad score on the card. That's par. Frank, when you get to the 17th hole, we always recall maybe the single most bizarre shot in the history of golf.
Yeah, everybody talks about maybe a hole-in-one at 16, but really 17. And the player was Andrew Magee. It was a good tee shot, don't get me wrong. But Rich, it needed an assist.
Well, the assist came from Tom Byram, whose brother Kurt is a commentator for the Golf Channel. Tom Byram was just minding his own business, standing on the green, sort of leaning on his putter, and you know what happened.
Yeah, the ball hit Tom Byram's putter and then careened into the hole. So, 17. Made famous, a little bit of history with a couple of names to drag up from the past.
Close. Couldn't ask for much more on that putt. Settles in over the putt. Wow, I thought he made that. I don't know, maybe lifted right there, just sort of peaked. He has this for par. That's the idea. Just knock it in.
Rich, 18 was always considered a long finishing hole.
Not for J.B. Holmes.
Yeah, the water was always in play. And then the day he took it over the left side and carried everything and went on to win, that completely changed the way this golf course played ever since that day.
It resulted in some of the changes we're seeing now.
Yeah, everything new bunkering down the
Golf
left
ball.
side, but it also
Shot the Human Torch from McGregor. Pete Lawson's got them over.
much
She flames on too. Power of the Cosmos.
Improved over the years.
Frank, that is position A.
Yeah, the tee shot was like silk, Rich. I mean, just sets up that second shot so beautifully. This looks like it's going to find the target.
Wow, Frank, he is dialed in.
Yeah, that was just some shot on that. Easy birdie.
Trying to make yet another birdie. And he has it.
A good putt redeems all.
Frank, that front page of the leaderboard has been looking good all week.
You're exactly right, Rich. I think our winner is certainly going to come from that list right now. I'm excited for tomorrow's final round.
1,025,000 experience. Fresh. Alright, CBC North over now. And also today is January 11, 2020. Shout out to all the playoff games today. NFL divisional round. NFL's 100 season. 2019-2020 season. Sunday games. Tennessee Titans at Baltimore Ravens. And the Minnesota Vikings at 49ers. The 49ers game already happened. They won. Right now the Ravens game is going on. So that's pretty amazing. And also, shout out to the games tomorrow. Seattle Seahawks at Green Bay Packers. And the Houston Texans at Kansas City Chiefs. So all the games are going to be exciting. NFL 100 season, perfect. 2019-2020 season. And yeah, shout out to that. And speaking of Captain Marvel and Brie Larson, shout out to her movie coming out yesterday with Michael B. Jordan and Jamie Foxx. It's pretty fresh too. Alright, and with all that being said, CBT Naruto over now. Also, George New Year. Today's January 11, 2020. First year of the new decade, George New Year. And last week was January 1st, 2020. So George Happy New Year's Day. And before that was December 31st, 2019. I saw the ball dark and everything. George New Year's Eve. Like I said, today, January 11th, 2020. George Happy New Year. Alright, CBT Naruto. Over and out.